Happy Saturday, elites. It's been a couple of days since this flu season has been hitting us hard, and it took a lot. So a lot of things that happened for a couple of days. From one notice, I got Animal Crossing New Horizon from Target, where an additional book that's only exclusive, but that's not the whole point. And I got it on Tuesday, yada yada, but that's about it. So it's gonna be crazy. But we got more content. So we got a box, and it's no secret that I'm a huge fan of comics. I've been reading issues 1 to 7 of each comic issue that I usually find. I always check back on new releases to see what's new, and because of the whole flu season, which is complete hype, we have a new package from Midtown Comics. Now, as I said, I don't usually shop online for comics, and this was usually delivered by Midtown. Now, their stores are kind of closed until this whole flu season is actually over, but they actually do deliver. Now, Forbidden Planet does deliver, but even then, I don't even know the whole scope. So, beyond that, this is the entirety of the package. So, pretty much, besides Midtown Digital Comics, you can usually get any comic, I think some new releases, and they usually do deliver. Now, this took about maybe 12 days, but it was actually kind of sooner. I ordered my comics on the 18th, which was the new week releases that were new, and then I was supposed to get additional ones before, because I paid on April 1st. There's nothing really new to release on Wednesday. It's just a couple of figures that I'm not interested, and frankly enough, I got this on a Saturday, vice versa. So frankly enough, if this costs about $5 for the shipping, which is 12 days, the cheapest option. I got this. So there's maybe 15 comics in this whole box, and I was gonna get 20, but times are usually tough. At least I'm assuming, and we managed to get it. Now, as I said, I expect now, because this was sent by Midtown Comics, I usually expect something different. They actually kind of more mainstream, but they do send a cardboard box of comics. I don't even know if this is new, but I'm usually scared. Now, it was raining, and the box on the outside was kind of wet, but it used to come to actually be protected. And because this was, and I had to disinfect it, that's what safety precautions. We might as well see. I wanted to actually critique what they did so far. Now, I don't shop online for comics. I haven't meant to be, but let's see what we have. There has to be something new. That's some drawn tape, but I know I don't have a knife, so I have to use my keys for the job. Surprisingly, I'm surprised that they use a cardboard box, which is kind of odd, but I could take it as for granted. So let's see what's inside here. I'm actually kind of curious. So let's see what we have. Okay, so here we go. So what's inside this bag? Let's see. Oh, they actually do protect the comics from water and protection, so that's actually kind of good. I pretty much noticed that the bubble wrap has been sticking out, so let's try to get this up. They actually do in fact put a lot of effort into comics, so when I get this out, and vice versa. So beyond that, what you would get is that you would get 15 comics from Midtown, and you also get the shipping method, which was 3 to 12 days processing. So that's pretty much it. But let's see what we have. And pretty honestly, they actually put a lot of effort into the comics, and I'm mostly surprised that they actually put a lot of effort. I expected something more, as in a free goodie, but I hope you can actually get free shipping if you spend about maybe $80 or more, and everything was 20% off, so you know, might as well take it out. So here it is. This is my first time I ever got get my comics on the go on the mail. Usually I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning to get my new releases, pick up the comics, and just go wide ahead. But because they do ship comics, you know, that's all good. Now, I want to now, the way they actually ship their comics is that they don't usually ship it from one of the stores in Manhattan. They had to get the comics from my warehouse, and most of the time, it usually takes about a lot of time to usually ship. So, 9 times out of 10, they do affect ship comics, but not in the way you actually expected. For some of those, they actually put a lot of tape, but it's just one of those tapes you could get from Staples. And I'm actually kind of curious what's inside. Now I take care of my comics, but it was like they use these type of bags for comics, but let's see what we have so far. The best part about it is that they actually do protect the comics in this plastic board, so that's actually kind of good. And I don't usually want to flex, but you know, they actually do put a lot of protection in the comics. For a service, they actually do mostly well, and I'm surprised. I usually buy comics to usually cover with the edge issues, because I read in the news that Diamond Comics, the distribution from Diamond has stopped due to COVID-19 or the flu, but it's usually the case. So, let me show you how many comics I usually got. So apparently I got a couple of indie comics that you don't even know, but for the most part we must put it aside. So I got a couple of Marvel comics. I got Mobius Delivered Firepower issue 5. I got more indies. I also got a variant cover of the Outlaws. Yeah. Ugh. And I got issue number 3 of Saw. I also got, I also got the Titans Giants variant with a Birds of Prey advertised on the back. I also got a indie comic, some variant covers, whatnot. I got a new issue of, you know, a comic that I usually enjoy. I got the TNMT crossover that I have. I think I also have the cover of, I don't know, there's like indie comics. I got He-Man, I got He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse, issue 5 out of 6. Dragonfly and Dragonfly Man, the newest issue. I got Spider-Gwen, issue at number 8, keeping off so far. And I got Deceased Unkillables, issue 2. I also got the Amazing Mary Jane at cover A. They have cover B, but it costs about 25 bucks, and you know, that type of income doesn't really fly right. So this is actually what you get when you order from Midtown Comics during shipping. Surprisingly, they do in fact ship your comics based on state. Now I'm not sure how they usually ship from overseas, but for the most part this is a decent comic card they usually have. I'm mostly impressed at how they usually ship well. Now there was other reviews about comics being damaged that were sent by Midtown, but for the most part that's not usually the case. Usually if you want to have a board, you just have to pay for the board and plastic separately, but now they actually give you for free. And you know, for a comic collector, it's actually kind of a relief. I've been reading comics since last year, and and I bought a lot of obscure comics from, let's say, Comic-Con and other conventions, including the Big Apple Comic-Con, Big Apple Con. So you could tell. So I managed to get all in plastic and ready to read. And I have to say that to be a comic collector is actually kind of, unique. And Midtown actually does put a lot of effort with their comics. And I'm actually kind of amazed. I'm actually kind of amazed that they actually put a lot of effort into the comics, because frankly enough, this is the first time they actually put. So you could tell that this is the amount of sacks I usually got, and just a matter of fact, they actually do take a lot of effort. That's usually good. This is my first time I actually got invoice. Now the plastic has been ruined, but that's not an issue. But yeah. Now I will say that if you're gonna buy your comics online from any, it's gonna take about 12 days or more, depending. They did say there's gonna be a delay due to the flu season being active, and they did say that it takes a long time for them. But overall, I really like how they usually ship the comics. They actually did good care, and I don't see why people are complaining about it. But beggars can't be choosers. So I got a lot of issues to read, and there's a lot more where they came from. I'm actually surprised that they actually put a lot of effort at pub. And speaking of comics, in another segment, in another video, I'm actually talking about Batman 89. I may share a rant in between, but that might not be the case. So that's pretty much it. Overall, this has been a decent week so far. I've been buying comics since I think January, so I was into the whole field. And because there's no releases for, let's say, comics, I have no choice but to find a way. Now, as I said, there's new information that Diamond was not gonna distribute new comics, and Free Comic Book Day is gonna be postponed until when all this crap's cleared up. But I take my chances. So that's pretty much it. I forgot to say that this was going to be a short video, because this whole video is dedicated to showcase how Midtown Comics actually delivered the comics and how much credit they actually put. And so far, they actually did a great job delivering my comics without any scratches, tears, and broken. They put a lot of effort into this, and I would say that I was afraid they might get stolen, and they actually put a lot of protection to not get it wet. So kudos for them. I will buy more comics from them, but because of that, because of the locations being closed, I have no choice but to find another comic shop, and that's about it. Overall, I'm gonna make a new video of a decent IP. So see you guys today though, and stay tuned. We're Tad sign off, and have a great Saturday, and sayonara.